let's continue this uh, conversation. We talk about The Lady Babylon by Dr. Amon Hillman. This is the story about.
Teddy, thanks. Everybody run over to the place that was to go that will posted. Maybe it's already posted, Chewy. We're already up. Yeah, good. Base's place and vibe that I'm pulling out of our current intro and exit. Oh God, I absolutely love it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? 70. Exactly right. Fantastic. What am I gonna do for you tonight? I'm gonna take you. You've got a ticket to go to a place where we're gonna land who endangers a child. We're going to look at Abraham in the Bible, people, right? Right? It's the only books we can have in Florida now. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go. By the way, I hope everybody out there has just picked up a copy of Stephen King's Shining, because you will not be able to put it down. You won't. This is a master. Do you realize how odd it is to have the master of the genre still living? Still writing, still getting banned. It's fantastic. Let's bring one of these banners up here. Here, this is here. Who is this? Oh, here, people, help me out with this. We're gonna have a little fun tonight. Before we go see Abraham, who's got a terrible drug problem. What am I bringing you, the audience, tonight that is new? You're gonna see it, and you're gonna be. That sort of makes sense. Why? Go with a 12-year-old. And so now his congregation has been buying his book. Tell me, what is the truth? What is the truth? The truth is in the voice of that 12-year-old girl who needs salvation. You have to understand. This dude saves souls, which, by the way, is yummy. Right, now, wait a minute. He's putting him to. So, what's happening at this point? For a satanic congregation, whom I love and adore, God doing, he's pirating Abraham. What? Hotheos eperaseton Abraham. What is he doing? He's doing the pirate thing. He's putting him to the test. He's putting him to the test. Right? Now, wait a minute. What is the anthropology? Dude hears the voice of God. Knows of to create a mechanism to draw God via a voice. Yeah. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about Abram. And what is the last voice that entered his mind, told him to do? Come on, kids who have been in Sunday school, you know, this is the Bible. This is Welcome Back Bible. And to kill him. And he was like, okay, let's watch it happen. Let's watch it happen. How do we know? So they called us up. And I was like, sure. Can I take my... So they called us up. And I was like, sure. Can I take my peeps with me? Here we go. So what are we looking for? We're looking for some kind of clue. Instead of giving it to some we're looking for some kind of clue. Instead of giving it to some overzealous high school football player, I'm going to lay things out and I'm going to let you find the clue. But I'm telling you, we are looking for something to link this dude and to see if his behavior rises to the level of abuse. Is it abusive? we're going to take back. Are you ready? Are you ready? Give me another source, Livy. Oh, excuse me. Sweetie, Chewy, fantastic. And what happened? He says, what does the voice say, right? It comes right out of Uranos, says the Greek, right? Because we're getting the Septuagint. So we're getting changed.
I'm gonna tell you, these guys, what he talk is straight reading from the Septuagint, which is the Greek Bible, the Bible, well, the original version of the language that were they translated to the Hebrew. And if you guys know, 250,000 words in Greek, while Hebrew only on about 80,000, 50,000, not even 80, 50,000 words. So it's a vocabulary of like 10 years old kids against the master of the language, the master of opera, the master of drama, the master of the classic, which is the ancient Greek. We all know that. And this guy is actually Dr. Ammon David Hillman. He translated in this such a beautiful way. The Septuagint, which is connected, including Islam, Christian, and Jew. So this is the origin of the person that we all look into.
We're getting the original. We're getting the virgin form. We're not getting what was strained through that third grade level ancient Hebrew. No, we're getting the original. So what happens? Go out into the backwoods
and kill
in the hills, right? And what do I want you to do there? I want you, but the voice told Abraham to do. Now remember, what is Abraham? What does the text say over and over? He is a prophete.
Well, do you know Christ?
We're going to see a Christing tonight, right?
Christing.
We're going to see a Christing. So here we are, and the Kurios says, Abraham, and how Scythians bathe themselves in the fumes of cannabis as a way of maintaining their mental hygiene. If you don't understand those things, it's going to be confusing to you tonight, but just wait. Find the drugs. Let's just find them. Give me another text. Give me another text here. What is Isaac said to become? Right? He's said to become part of what is in Greek, thusia. And all my students say, oh, it's related to thuo, to sacrifice, right? Because look, we're getting into the mind of the potential murderer, right? What happens? Thusia, some kind of burnt offering, some kind of sacrifice, right? These are the things that are consumed within the tent in order to create the fumigation through which the God can speak. Okay? Just because they are pirates, just because they are pirates does not mean that they are staying out of the mystery vogue. And why is that? Because you are seated in the 3rd century, and this text was written by somebody then who is grafting the mystery onto the pirate Abraham. For the sake of why, we're going to see. Why would all this be happening? Why is somebody writing this down? Right? Why is this happening? We'll see. It's joyous. Oh, wait. Give that poor kid a break. He's had enough. You know what I mean? He's had enough. Did you see him? Give me the next one. Watch this, people. Thusiadzo, sacrifice. Quick to the next. What do we sacrifice? We sacrifice thumiyama. And what is that? They say here incense, right? Incense fragrant stuffs, fumigations, and Antichrist. Did you know what the Antichrist was? It's a drug to balance the Christ. Saying that Jesus was like, oh, guys, I don't have to do this. I'll let it happen. You know what I mean? Letting out that, which is funny because when I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It didn't go well, but it never does. It
I know.
never does.
Never
Absolutely
does.
never does. Reveal these things.
It never does, I was trying to explain to people what these guys talk about. It's so fucking hard for me. It's not easy, but that's the truth. That's happening.
You cannot guard these texts and so everybody gets to take a look at them without causing a problem. Right? It's why we burn and ban if we are following a monist agenda. We burn and we ban. So here's the one you can't burn or ban. Here's the word of God. Hit me with it again. Hit me with it again. Oh, God. Wait a minute. What is this sacrifice thing? Fusias. What does that mean? It doesn't.
Now, when they translate to, when they translated to Hebrew from the ancient Greek, the original story that in the writing is this one. The Hebrew just put the word in there, putting it the way that they want people hearing it, which is not enough word for it. You can tell ancient Greek, then Hebrew, then whatever the fuck that language that you call it, what's that one? The Latin, and from Latin, you know what I mean, to what we are now, right, in English, but yeah, the story of the Bible, the original. If you track the Bible again, the original story, well, this is it,
To be sacrificed, does it? No.
Well, this is the story about Abraham. Everyone have this in their holy book. Abraham is the most holiest person, the father of the Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. But this is the story about Ibrahim, Nabi Ibrahim.
Look, people, it means to be frenzied. Means to be frenzied. And it is the Thuiades. We're the Thuiades.
Yades,
Those are those servants of Bacchus. Right?
the servant of Bacchus, which is Bacchus is the things back then. Bacchus people, they, well, we gotta follow the Greek mythology, but this is a group of people, Bacchus.
Those are those Maenads. I told you I was going to bring a really cool group of women.
There we go.
I have to go through them to get to the Christ.
Look at this, who he is.
That stuff that they are Christing causes them to be aroused. It causes the Bronze Age pharmacological tech led to the creation of the Maenad.
The history of the ancient liturgy, the written story by Homer, about Dionysus, about
Baskets, and what do they carry around in their baskets? What do we know? They carry around their baskets. Snakes and dildos.
yes.
Snakes and dildos for everyone. It's all about medicine.
What I'm saying is the original translated by the master PhD himself in ancient Greek, in classical liturgies, which is this guy is doing.
Medicine. Yeah. And that drug concoction over and over again. Let's see. Okay, so Let's look. We're looking for Abraham. Look, we made this traffic stop. Let's get through it, right? Okay, you cuff him and let's get him. Let's start reading him his rights and whatnot. What is the theos? It's to be inspired, people, right? And you don't believe everything, right? You take everything with a giant grain of salt, just like everybody does. I know you do, baby, right? Look at what this word is. Theos. Inspired. How do you mean inspired? Well, it's a possessed woman or a bacchant. And what kind of inspiration they got going on, buddy? Tell me. Look at Roman numeral number 2. A frantic person. How so? How so frantic? Mad for love. Mad for love. Have you ever seen this? It's a phenomenon. You have not lived until you have seen a group of women overtaken so by drugs that they not only hunger for flesh, but they are wild. They are wild, and they will kill you in the process of achieving that heightened orgasmic cult rush. That's something, no, Chewy? What kind of planet? Where are these people located? Yes, okay. Now do you see the distance between us and them? Do you see the distance between us and them? I don't know. You say, I've been places. I've been to parties. I know that there are people in the world. No, you're not getting that. Give me the next one. Those boneheads don't have the brains. Right? They don't have the brains, Chewy, every time. Right? It's fantastic. Do you see how the disguise works, people? People make fun of my kitchen and my equipment without ever seeing what's underneath. And what's underneath is dangerous. People are figuring out who and what it means to be a Christ. And they're starting to run, just like they are at the Baptist church in Dallas, where we all just found out the pastor, much like Jesus, got in trouble with children. Yeah. Fantastic. Right? Do you know what they said? Do you know what this man of God who saved your souls? I'm talking to all of the Christians now whose souls were saved Muslim by this man. Do you know what his word them? Yeah. Don't worry. So was Jesus. I was telling somebody just today. I said, great, fantastic. The quote that I want to give is the first Christians, the very